What's up, you guys? All right, I don't have my tripod today because I'm in whatever. Anyway, how are you? All right. So I spent the last 2 days with you guys talking marketing, just learning about you guys, kind of client clarity calls. So all of you that chose to do market research with me, thank you. If you guys haven't done that call and you would like to, I would love to talk to you. Like, I am having so much fun talking to you guys and helping you have a little clarity and just getting super clear on what you guys need. So if you want to do one of those calls, drop me a message, comment here, and I'll get you that link. They're totally free. Basically, I'm just going to ask you some questions about your business and then give you some simple strategies that you can implement right now. But the common theme I've seen in every single phone call that we've done is you guys are underpriced, right? You're undervaluing your services and you're underpriced, right? And so what I want to talk to you guys today about is worthiness and business. So the basic strategy of what I help coach is that we have to grow ourselves as an entrepreneur, right? I don't really want to think of myself as a business coach. I'm an entrepreneur coach because you guys, most of you are solopreneurs. Your business starts with you, right? And so if your business starts with you, I don't know where to look when my phone's not on my camera, so I'm gonna look this way. So your business starts with you. You need to work on you, right? Like the thing that you need to work on is your growth and your development and what you're still stuck on, right? And so many of you guys are coaches that coach around self-love and holistic stuff. And we know it, but it doesn't mean we're always doing it, right? And I've found myself in that multiple times, right? So like, I'm no different than you guys, but if we're like, I got to charge this before I can charge that, or I've got to do this before I can do that, right? So I want to talk to you guys about that. First and foremost, if you are doing what's passionate and you know that you can provide an outcome for your clients, which all of you can, then you are worth more, probably double of what you're charging, right? But here's the thing about pricing is that pricing is an energy exchange, right? And so I'm going to give you energy as a coach and you're going to give me money as the return for my energy, right? So it's pretty simple, but sometimes what we fail to do is go, well, how does that feel, right? But we've heard from people or some guru or somebody else or some other program said, you know what? Two things I heard on almost all of today's calls. I have to do one-on-one first until that is built up, and then I'm validated enough to move into group coaching, okay? I do not believe that's true. I went straight to group. Even when I was in my program, I did beta coaching with a group and I charged them even when I wasn't supposed to, right? I didn't charge much, but I did because I believe, and you need to believe this, that when people pay, they pay attention, right? And the more people pay, the more they pay attention, right? So if you have somebody that pays you, $200 a month for this program and you're doing inner work and you're doing that kind of stuff, how much do you think they're going to commit to that, right? This is not simple work. This is not simple work. It's not easy work, right? But if you have somebody that's paying you $1,500 a month, how much do you think they're going to show up for themselves? How much are they going to do the work? How important is their morning routine going to be to them? Like, they're going to show up in a different way, and you're going to show up in a different way, right? If you have 10 clients and they're each paying you $200, you're like, this is a lot of work to provide all this value, and you do it anyway because you love your clients and you want to pour into them and you want to help them. But if there was an energetic exchange where you're like, you know what, maybe that number is $1,000. They're paying you $1,000 a month, and you're like, they're so committed. They're showing up. I get to show up for them. I get to pour into them. I get to help them have this transformation. What kind of energy do you think your group is going to have? It's going to be totally different, right? And so first and foremost, you don't have to do one-to-ones. I got off on a tangent. I do that when I'm passionate. You don't have to do one-to-ones first if you don't want to. If you want to, that's awesome. I think there's some brilliance in one-to-ones of getting to know who you want to work with, who you don't want to work with, who's your ideal client, what that looks like. I think that's amazing. But if you're drawn to groups and you've seen the power of groups, which I have, and I love group programs because I like to see what's going on with other people and I like to see their breakthroughs, because so much for me, I'm like, oh, didn't even see that blind spot, right? So, hi, Carmen. Totally didn't see that blind spot, right? So if you like groups, do groups, right? There is nothing that says, there is no coach's rule book that says you have to coach one-to-one before you're allowed to do groups. So if you're drawn to groups, do group, okay? The second piece of that, when I talked to almost everyone today, was, but if I do group coaching, it has to be less dollars. So if I do one-to-one, it's the fastest way to get to where I'm going, which it is, right? Totally. Carmen, you were just one of the 6, and we all had the same thing, right? And so that's why I want to talk about this today, because it was a theme in every single phone call I had, every single one, right? It's like, who says you can't charge $1,000 for a group program? Nobody, right? I think we all have this preconceived notion that I have to be at this price, right? Maybe it's $250, and then maybe I can go to $500, and then once I've proven myself, I can go to $750, and then maybe I can go to $1,000, right? It's like there's nothing that says that. And I want to tell you guys, after doing this and being a coach, being in the fitness industry, doing all this stuff for 20 years, there is no thing that says once I have X amount of time or X amount of clients, then I can be at this point, right? Like it's just a choice, and you have to go to yourself. What is the outcome they're going to get? And what do I believe the value I can provide with them? And what are they going to, like, what is the outcome and how much is that worth to them, right? And so you really got to spend some time looking into that and thinking about what is your worth. Like almost all of us have a worthiness wound of some sort. We just do. And we always are working through it, and we're paying attention to our money mindset and our abundance mindset, and we're living in a vibration, and we're shifting that vibration every day. Because if you're not doing that, if you're not in the vibration that you need to be with the money that you're trying to attract, you're not going to attract it, right? It's not going to work. Because if you're like, I'm saying my price is $1,000, but I really feel like I'm worth $200, you're never going to make $1,000, right? But if you're like, heck yeah, I know what I provide, I know my passion, I know the energy I'm going to pour into my clients, and this is my price, you're going to get it all day long, right? So there's an energetic match to that number, right? So think about, what is your money block? Who told you that you had to do XYZ first? And do you believe that, right? My 3 favorite questions: is it true? Is it real? And is it mine? And this is not my thing. This came from my mentor, Samantha Skelly. Is it true? Is it real? Is it mine? In any situation. Because most of the time, the things that we believe and the stories that we live into, they're not true. They're not real. And they're not yours, right? They're somebody else's. Somebody else told you that. Or you saw another coach who's been a coach longer than you, and you're like, well, they only charge $500, so maybe I can only charge $500. I did that, you guys. I totally did that. So whatever you're doing, lean into what would it feel like to double your price. If it feels expansive and you're like, oh my gosh, that would be amazing, I could serve my clients so well at that price point, then it's right. If it feels contractive, like, well, I don't know, or if you're thinking I have to be this low so that I can get people to join, that also doesn't work. The higher the price, like it's just as easy to sell something at $1,000 that it is to sell at $100, right? It's a mindset and it's a vibration. So I just want to talk about that today. So think about, where are those worthiness blocks for you? If you don't even know what that means, reach out to me. Let's get on a phone call. Let's talk about it. When I started my original program, like I had eating disorders. That was my thing. I thought that's what I was getting into. Didn't realize I had a worthiness wound. Totally didn't think I did. Like I was fake happy. I was all of those things. So if you're like, I don't even know what that means, just reach out. I'd love to walk you through that. So again, you guys, if you want to do a market research call with me, I would love to talk to you. They're so much fun. Those of you that did them today, if you want to drop your biggest takeaway on this video and kind of share with everybody else, that would be amazing. But yeah, I love you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow.